Shalom. What up, my brother? What's up, my brother?
What's good, my big brother? How you doing today?
All is well. No complaints today.
Amen.
Shalom to the people out there.
Shalom. Please come in. Wipe your feet off at the door. Like, share, subscribe. Definitely, by all means, comment. Let us know that you're here.
All praises.
Man,
how was your day, bro?
You know what? It was edifying. Met with one of my former coworkers about some stuff. I was about some items that I had at my last job to get those items back, but then just ended up talking about the scriptures and stuff like that, and that's always edifying. I mean, you can engage someone with the scriptures. She had dropped a nugget on me, and it sparked a thought about Mary Magdalene that I want to share with you and our Moray when we get a chance. It's interesting when you go back to the garden, how much the king really did when you go back to the garden. Yeah, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, shalom. Mm-hmm. Man, welcome everybody to the One Flesh Podcast. All praises. We talk all things marriage concerning the things that the Most High has given us to help, aid, assist, and to make sure that you're on the path to true righteousness in your marriage. We just want to see you prosper. We want to see everyone make it. We want to see you just be the best you can be on both sides, men and women. You know, yes, like I said, like my mom always taught us, I'm only going to give you two things. I'm going to give you the word, and I'm going to give you my experience.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was taught.
That's it.
Shalom, Moray. Shalom, man.
Hope you had a place today.
You gonna do the shout out tonight?
Yeah, about to. Let's see. We got Sister Miriam. Miriam Israel's in the building. Thank you for coming in, wiping the feet off at the door. We got Sister Tasha, shing, with the precept. Yo, tell me she had that sword drawn yesterday in the Bible study.
She was on it yesterday.
Precepts on deck, boy. Man, bringing out some raw truths. And of course, our beloved brother, our Moray, Agent Z. Love him. Definitely in the building. Agent Z is definitely in the building. Yo, shout out to the big homie G Ak, who's the main host tonight. Sukabi Maccabees. My big brother is in the building. And all praises, esteem, and honor to the Most High.
Yes.
The reason he said, well, he's put together, let no man put asunder, the Institute of Marriage, man and woman. I'm going to emphasize that again, man and woman.
God,
the Most High Elohim, Yahweh, is definitely in the building. All praises.
Yes, all praises. Man, if you can hear us, please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear us clearly. And we sound okay to you. We sound loud and clear. Crispy. We like to be crispy. If you can hear us, please put a 1 in the chat. All right. They keep rolling in. Got 1.
I see a 1 in the chat.
You know what, man? I I think we were up a few nights ago. It's about the same time.
Yeah, a few times. We're up often.
Often at the same time. All praises, man.
Yes,
Most
sir.
High brought a thought to me, man. I
Mm,
feel like my moray right now. I just want to give my brief meditation.
please do.
My brief meditation before we get into this tonight. We're still talking about having the same mind.
Yeah.
And as I was praying, it was about 3, 4 in the morning, something like that.
You were up pretty late.
Yeah.
Especially when you got to get up as early as you got to get up.
And I was studying and praying, and I directed me over to the book of Genesis and brought me to the story of Abraham when he sent out his servant Eleazar to get a wife for his son.
Powerful story.
When he sent him out to get a wife for his son, it was sent him out to get a wife for his son. He made him swear. He said, "Come on, man, put your hand under my thigh and swear to me that you're gonna go get a woman. You won't get a woman after the Canaanites, but you'll go to my people and grab a woman of my people." And I was looking at that. I started looking more into, that's Middle Eastern culture to put your hand under the thigh.
Yes, sir.
I was like, wow. But the whole thing I'm trying to get, what I was getting to and what I was pondering about Eleazar, how Eleazar had the mind of his master to go get what his son needed.
You gotta say that part again.
What you say?
You gotta say that part again. You can't brush past that.
I didn't want to breeze up. Eleazar had the mind of his master.
Yeah.
That, because the Most High told him, don't mix with the Canaanites. Don't fool with them. Don't take a woman up. Don't take a woman of their people at all. They're done. Leave them alone. Eleazar had the same mind that his master had. Raised up under the roof, raised up under the things of the Most High. He's seen his master worshiping the Most High. He swore, he made a covenant with his master that I won't take a woman after them. I don't care what she look like, how fine she is, what she thinks she is. I'm going to your people. And the thing, Eleazar went to to Abraham's people. That's a beautiful story. If you go back and read it, starts in Genesis 24, 25, and 26 chapter. You will love it. Go back and read it and ask the Most High really to open your understanding to the type of woman he went to get.
Yes,
Rebecca was her name. Rebecca means to tie, to be bound to. It means a covenant. It's so much to it. Let me slow down on this meditation because it's beautiful. I'm looking at it and I'm seeing how Eleazar prayed a prayer to the Most High before he went to get her.
Yes,
Would you say
I'm walking with you, brother.
Yeah, he prayed a prayer asking for a specific type of woman for his master's son. He asked, she has to be this way, she has to be that way. I want, blah, blah, blah. And if she does this and this and this, I'll know she's the one.
Yes, sir.
Now, this man is in his master's country unto his people. He hasn't met the people yet, but he was waiting with it.
This is a piece, right, in what you're talking about.
Go ahead, Al, please.
No, I ain't gonna take long. It's gonna be real quick.
No, you
good. It's beautiful. You know what's beautiful about what Eleazar did? He was so gung-ho about the God of Abraham that he was impartial to the same people that he came from. Because remember, an Egyptian come from the same line they come from Ham, just like the Canaanites. So there's a connection there. So for him it talks about the example and the love and kindness that Abraham shown him, that Eleazar was so sold out for our God that he dissed, in a sense, the God of his people.
Yes.
And even shunned his own people to serve our God's purpose. I yield right there.
All praises. Yes, sir, he did. And I love his loyalty to Abraham. He went out for his master's son. And he prayed to our Elohim and asked for direction and asked for him to intervene, bring to someone to him that does such and such and such. And when she came, she came and he asked her, give me water in the pitcher. She gave him water in the pitcher and she did everything exactly. She offered her service. He said, listen, and she fed the camels water. He said, wow. He said, and she took him to her people. The type of woman she was, oh man, my goodness. That's why I got hung up for a minute. The type of woman she was. See, Rebecca means, so let me pull up my notes.
Take your time.
Rebecca means to tie, to bind, to secure, to hitch together. In other words, it's a binding connection when you get this woman. The type of woman she is. It's like as you're yoked together. Her significant role was to be bound in covenant to Isaac, who was the promise given to. He was the promise. And she was the binding of the covenant to the man that had the promise. She became the mother of Israel's covenant line, which is what? The 12 brothers. The 12 tribes. She had two sons. She had one that was not wanted, and then she had one that was loved by the Most High.
Right.
This woman came with a purpose. She came with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. She was already being coached in our culture. Understand this. In our culture, back then, our women were trained to be wives. They were taught how to do multifaceted things. She knew how to take care of the camel. She knew how to take care of the stock. She knew how to take care of the house. She knew how to cook. She knew how to clean. She knew how to do all that, all the standard things. But she knew how to take care of a man. She knew how to entreat people. She had hospitality out of this world. But this is the culture of our people that we have left behind with a lot of our women, because we got girls teaching girls. We got people that don't have understanding of the Most High teaching people nothing. That's why we look out, we see such drastic things. We don't see prepared women anymore, hardly. We see women that don't have a care to teach their daughters, how to be ready for a man, for the purpose. You're joining yourself to a man for a purpose. She was raised that way. That was their culture. And she went all out to prove that. How she took care of Eleazar. She automatically took care of his camels. She brought him to the house. When Eleazar presented everything to her father and her mother,
her brother
said, do you want to go? She was like, yeah, I'm going.
It was her brother. Her father was dead.
No, I'm sorry. What was the uncle of Salakia?
Her brother Laban.
Brother Laban, I'm sorry. I apologize. Forgive me.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, you're good. I'm walking with you.
They asked her, do she want to go? And she said, I'm going to go. She was willing. She was willing. Had not yet seen the man. Had not yet seen the man. Some of us will pass on a good dude sent by the Most High because he's not up to your specs. This woman knew something different. And she left not seeing Isaac, not knowing him. But she knew something was different when Eleazar came and presented everything to them.
Let me ask you this. With some of the stuff that you desire to talk about tonight, you're in a powerful story. And I think we probably need to closely examine some of the things, because not only did she do everything that Eleazar prayed for in faith? One, we got to go back to the prayer of Eleazar. I don't know if you even if the Most High is leading you to delve into that, but we got to go back to the prayer of Eleazar if you want to go look at that, because his prayer wasn't a soulish prayer.
No, not at all.
It was a prayer that was not only in line with the will of his master, but it was also in line with the will of the Most High. I don't know if from that standpoint, when you look at some of the elements of what we seen here, especially as you talk about preparation for the marriage,
yes, sir,
that you want to talk about, because like what does that look like? Like, as a couples discuss getting married, to ensure agreement and purpose, what does that look like? Because Eleazar dealt with specific elements in his prayer, or desired specific experiences before he would even consider this young lady to be fit for his master.
Exactly. That prayer, man, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Yes, sir.
1 second. Slocky people, we're gonna pull it up.
Yeah, the prayer was powerful.
Yes, it was very powerful.
Mm-hmm. And it was in line or on point while you're pulling it. I don't know if you're trying to show it on the screen, but it from when you look at the verses, the scriptures, he asked for things not that would better suit him as a person, like what nothing that would look good to him per se, but how would this young lady? It's like, to me, when I studied the prayer, I saw a man who knew how his master's wife treated his master, master.
Exactly. He wanted the same thing for Isaac.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And every father would want the same thing for their son. Mm-hmm. But that prayer is in Genesis 24.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to start at the 11th verse.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and he made his camels to kneel down without the city by a well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water. Women go out to draw water. And he said, O Lord God of my master Abraham, I pray thee, send me good speed this day and show kindness unto my master Abraham. Look at the love he had for his master.
Unto who?
Unto my master Abraham.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I had to put my hand under his thigh. And I made a covenant with him that I would go get the woman that his son needs of his people.
Yes, sir.
He said, behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of men of the city come out to draw water. And let it come to pass that the damsel to whom I shall say, let down thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink. And she shall say, drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for my servant, for thy servant Isaac. And thereby shall I know that thou hast showed kindness unto my master. It was never about him, even though he was on the mission.
Yes, sir.
Because he desired a good thing for his master's son.
And
it said, go ahead.
It's interesting to your point. We're looking at this prayer. He obviously knows what this kind of hospitality, I would say, because we understand, according to the scriptures, hospitality is big with the Most High. He commands us, even when I talk about our feast days, right? He says that we ought to have enough provision for not only the widows and the orphans, but the strangers that sojourn among us. You look at Genesis 18. Abraham was like, hey, got these angels. Well, they were angels, but these three men rolled up. He's like, Sarah, get the bread and the water. So when you talk about, I guess that aspect of hospitality, Sarah wasn't like, well, shoot, I only do that for my husband. She was more than willing to get the bread and water for the strangers that she don't even see on a regular basis. So I guess
Exactly.
like when we talk about this, Eleazar is only modeling what he's seen his master's wife do.
Yes, sir. Exactly. And this is something Moray brought out a while back about
Mm-hmm.
the hospitality in our culture. I
Mm-hmm.
remember him mentioning this. And this woman, when you look at this story, I was so excited. I was literally just like engulfed in this
Yes, sir.
because of the woman she was. And when you start
Mm,
to do your research and you look at how we were taught and how our people were trained,
mm,
you know, you'll see the difference. You see the difference now. And a
mm.
lot of women don't understand this because we've been taught selfish ways now. When we got to
Yes.
America, when we came over here and we've been in bondage for all these years, we've been behind enemy lines for all these years, as some people say. And our culture has been lost. It's been stripped of us by the Most High. But now we're waking up and coming back to that. It's
Yes,
time to
sir.
teach our young women how to be what the man needs. And people say,
Hmm.
"Oh, that's sexist." That no, it's not. That's culture.
That's our
That's
culture.
order.
Yes, sir.
That's what we need. We don't need you to be bucking against everything we're trying to tell you what to do. We want to live. We want to serve the Most High, and we want you to be right there with us with the same mind.
Hmm.
That's why Ecclesiastes, the 25th chapter, says how good it is. He said, when you what? They dwell together as one. They be agreed.
Mm,
Scripture also
mm,
tell you to get a woman after your own mind.
hmm. Hmm.
So he wouldn't grab the woman after what Isaac's mind, because Isaac was what? Trained and raised in the things of the Most High by who? His father.
Hmm. And his mother.
And the servant. Go ahead.
And that's what I'm saying. And his, like, he didn't get something that Isaac wasn't used to. That the type
Exactly.
of woman that he got for Isaac was what Isaac was used to being. Like, to your point, to really bring this out and understand this, Sarah was off the hook because of Sarah's obedience
Yes.
and her playing her part. Now what happens is Abraham is able to go talk with the angels and get information vital enough to advocate and and intercede for Lot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This woman after your same mind makes it easier for you.
Mm,
She makes it easier for you.
mm,
We're going to get into a breakdown of Proverbs 31 later on. And it's just something I've been working on. I put on the back burner, but it's so important. The Most High has me right here. It's so important to have someone after your own mind
mm,
that thinks like you think, that loves the Most High like you love him, that wants to go where you want to go because he's leading you. Eleazar knew the whole dynamic of the household. So this is the type of woman we need, Abba. This is the
mm.
type of woman my master needs. Your servant Isaac, who is the promise, needs this woman. She has to think like him. She has to know her. She has to know her role. But people diminish that, like, oh, my role. See, everything in this society teaches now has shot down what our culture really is. The
Hmm.
woman was designed for us. She's a Ezer. Slow down, so she's a help me.
Hmm.
She's a help me to me. She's not a hindrance to me. She's a
Hmm.
help. She has the same mind.
Now
She's a Ezer. Go
that
ahead,
would
Abba.
actually denote that the young man got to have something in his head.
Yeah, God, thanks.
Yeah.
But go back to the scripture. He said, and the damsel was very fair
Hmm.
to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up. When Genesis 24, verse 16, 17. And the servant ran to meet her and said, let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher.
Hmm.
See, this word getting interesting because we can easily see it nowadays, the selfishness in certain people. I got to get mine first.
I don't know you.
Yeah, I don't know who is you. Where you from? Why you coming up to me asking me like that?
I don't know who
we have
you
lost
think
our
you
way in
is.
so many different versions. We have lost it. We have to go back to train our kids, train our daughters, start putting this word in them first, teaching them our customs, teaching them what the scripture says, how a woman should be, how a young man should be. Because if we go back and read the story, we understand that Isaac was the promise, and he was trained and raised by his father, the same as his master. His master knew what he needed, and he prayed the prayer that was needed to bring forth the woman that was needed for his master's son. He said, pray, and she ran to meet her, and he said, let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher. And she said, drink, my lord. And she hasted and let down the pitcher upon her hand and gave him drink. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw water for thy camels. Man, this is everything he prayed for. This is specific. This is specific prayer that Eliezer prayed that manifested right in front of him. The Most High gave him favor. It was merciful to him to give him the woman that Isaac needed.
There's going to be some teachings that's going to come out here in Chasers in the near future. I ain't even going, but it's so powerful because what Eliezer asked and her willingness. One thing that we understand when you look at the Hebrew of help me is when you look at the pictograph, which you're going to get into, but it's the tendency of a wife, a suitable helpmeet, to not only have the vision, know the vision of her head, but to even dig deeper and go above and beyond. A woman that is not suitable would just give him, Eliezer, the water, then go about her business. But she went deeper and gave drink to his camels without even being prompted. I yield there.
It's beautiful. But let me say this. I'm not trying to discourage our women by no means. I'm not trying to discourage you. The Most High can make, the scripture says, you are daughters of Sarah if you do what Sarah did. Your daughters of Sarah if you do what she did. Go back and look at who Sarah was to Abraham. Go back and look and see who Sarah was to Abraham. But he said, and the man, he said, and she drew water for all his camels. She took care of everything that was with this man. Did not know this man, but her hospitality and what she was taught came forth out of her and provided for this man and his camels. She could have just gave him water and went on about her business. But what was in her showed up. And she reached out, she took care. What'd you say, Al?
Without any telling, like without any prompting, she just
without having to tell you. He didn't have to say, well, what about my camels? No, he had already prayed and asked the Most High for this, and the Most High gave him that, which was needed. Gave him that which was needed. We have to understand that the way we get in this word shapes our mindset. It shapes the way we think, the way we act, the way we move. So a man that's mind is being shaped by the Most High, and he's being built up by the Most High, and you're being built. And this is where I say that, like I echo this from what my Moreh was teaching on Shabbat, about it has to be about the Most High first. It has to be about him first, because he'll get you together for the right person. That word is going to transform you. My old pastor used to say this: either going to draw you or drive you. It's going to either draw you or drive you, either one. But what she was taught was culture to us. And when I look at it, I be like, dang, this is what we need. This is how I want my daughters to be. Be prepared, have a mindset. Come out this worldly thinking. Come out this selfishness. Because the Most High will prepare you for someone that you can live a great life with. And now he set Rebecca up, not knowing Isaac was in a different part of the world. But Eliezer was on a mission for his master, because he swore to his master, I'm going to get you the woman your son needs. I've been in your house all this time. I know how you love the Most High. I know how you live. I know how you walk. I know how you talk. I know how you treated Sarah. I know how you did these things. I know how y'all function together. I was there when the angels appeared. I heard about when Sarah laughed, and the Most High said, why did Sarah laugh? Why? Because Sarah was right there with you. So you want a woman that's going to be right there with you. Praying, seeking the Most High, being what she's meant to be, a help, a azir, a help me, which means azir means to help, support, aid, rescue. The pictograph talks about the ayin, which is the eye. The zayin, which is a shovel, a weapon. It means to nourish, to protect. Then you have the resh, which is the head. So when you break it down, it sees one who sees and protects the head. Do you understand? This is where he made you. One who sees and protects the head. A helper with insight, discernment, and strength. This is what a helpmeet is. She comes with that strength. She sees, she protects the head. We're not literally talking about going out and fighting anything like that, but there's a protection, there's a covering that a woman will bring when she's a helpmeet. She brings the help. She brings support. She brings aid. She will even rescue you when you're going through it with you in your mind. She knows how to speak to you. She's on top of it before you even know it. Because the word has took root in her. And what she's been taught and what she's been raised up under, she knows it's not a subservient role, not by any means. This is not a subordinate role. This is your helpmeet.
She shares the same vision.
She shares the vision, bro. Come on.
Yeah, because like you said, when you break down the pictograph, it's the ayin, the resh, and the resh and the design, it's like a digging tool, like how you dig the ground. So one, it could be used as a weapon, but it can also be used as farming equipment.
Exactly.
For digging.
She's Go ahead, Al.
No, for digging. I was just saying for digging.
Yes, sir. She's the helpmeet.
Yeah.
She's more definitely the helpmeet. You know, and this is what we have to get back to teaching our women. And we need, like the scripture said, have the older women teach the younger women. We need more older women that are secure in the Most High to start teaching these younger women. We start teaching them the function of being a helper.
But to your point,
go ahead.
She had to have an understanding about the men of the culture, the men of that time, which is why Abraham said, "Go back to my house and get a wife." From there, because he knew that the women there had an understanding of what it would take to continue to build what he had built for his son Isaac.
So the culture of teaching was there. It was teaching our women there.
Yes,
and I want to encourage our sisters. It's not too late for you. I want to encourage you, get in this word. Find yourself secure in the Most High. Don't make marriage. Listen, let me say this, and I don't want you. I'm all for marriage. Believe me, I am. I have the privilege of being married to a wonderful woman for 20 years, and I learned a lot, and I gained a lot, and she definitely multiplied me, most definitely. But what I'm saying is, don't make marriage an idol. Get to know the Most High first, so He can prepare you. Get to know Him. Sup at His feet. Be a woman found at His feet, worshiping Him and praising Him, serving His Son. Be there, because where you are, that man that you want is there too. That man that loved the Most High, he's there. and he's worshiping and praising the Most High. He's seeking the Most High. He's asking of the Most High. He's inquiring of the Most High about life. So the Most High is going to bring, as you're sitting there waiting, as you're sitting there with the Most High, he's getting your mind right to match your mind with the mind of his man. You know, to match with the mind of his man. So he's going to bring the two together with the same mind for his purpose. See, our life is for his purpose. Our life is for the cause. He said, for this cause. For this cause. What is the cause? His purpose, his will, his plan for us. That's what we're here for. But some people make marriage an idol, and that's all they want to do, but you don't even know the Most High. You have no clue of the culture. You have no clue of the word on how to be a woman. But if you sit at the feet of the Most High, you'll begin to see. You'll begin to hear. You'll begin to, oh man, I understand now. You know, your ways will not be your ways anymore. Because a lot of us want something, but we're not ready for it.
That's powerful.
We haven't been prepared for it. I can't tell my daughter, go get married, and she doesn't know how to be a wife. That's shipwreck to me. She wasn't taught. Some of these younger women despise the older women that have the knowledge and wisdom and don't want to sit with them and learn from them. What made your marriage successful? How did you get through this? What did y'all do? You know, tell me how I could be better. I want to be prepared. I'm sitting here, I'm fasting, I'm seeking the Most High, I'm inquiring of the Most High. Instead of complaining about there are no brothers in Israel, no, sis, are you ready? Are you like Rebecca?
She wasn't even looking for it. Her husband came when she wasn't even looking. She was busy doing what her father's house always did.
Functioning. She helped the house function. She helped the house function because she was a azir. She was an aid. She was support. She was there. She was a helper. She was already trained. The customs. This is what he stripped of us. Look at our women now. Look at our dudes now. We glamorize the marriage, but we forget the Most High. That's why it's all hell to pay after you say, I do. Because nobody knows the Most High. We understand American, European culture. We understand everybody else's quinceañeras. We understand their way of life. But our way of life as Israel is at the feet of the Most High being prepared. We have to be before the Most High. It's a must that we have the same mind. The Most High is tired of shipwrecks. He's tired of people just getting to the altar because they want to have sex. He said, I want to make you into a woman that my man can utilize. That my man, you two come together and the cause will be perfected. The cause will be executed because why? I brought two people together that have the same mind. That's why he said, what the Most High brought together, let no man put asunder. And that man includes you. You think he's going to give his best to the worst? He said, I need two people. He said, how can two walk together except they what? Be agreed. Have the same mind. Have the same mind. Well, that's my thought. Take a look at Rebecca. See the type of woman she was. It's a beautiful story. It'll help our women give them insight. It'll give us insight. And man, if you're praying for a woman, pray these specific prayers that Eliezer prayed. But by all means, sit at the feet of the Most High. Sit at the feet of the Most High. I had a period of my life, the last year or so, was a quiet time for me and a preparation time for me, and just understanding, sitting here, supping at the word, supping at the Most High. I remember sitting on my sister's couch, waking up 3 or 4 in the morning and just praying and talking to the Most High, because I want to be the best for whatever mission he has for me. whatever cause he has for me, I want to be the best. I want to be at my best. I want to have the right mindset. So take time with him. Let him heal you, sisters. Let him heal you, my brothers, so you can be the best. Because this thing is so serious. Understand what Genesis 2:28 says. It was it 2:18, I'm sorry. He said, for this cause, that always stuck with me. What is the cause you're saying, Abba? That this young man would leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife. Cleave to who? The Izar, the helper, the help me. I'm not just cleaving to a woman. The wife is a help me. She what? The scripture says, listen, husband, if you find this wife, she's going to give you favor with me. So, because why? She has the same mind as you to serve me, to go after me. Understand the cause. It'd be a help to you. Not a hindrance, not a problem, but a help. She's going to be a zir to you. She's going to be a helpmeet to you. And that's what the brother had to come in and understand. Listen, I will take this pride from me. Take this male chauvinist from me. Take this way of thinking that I'm just supposed to lord over this woman, but prepare me to be the vessel that I can bring out what you placed in this woman for me. And we can do this cause that you have called us to, because it's a purpose. You called us together and you place us together. Now show me even more of the purpose, and I pray that you show her as well.
And that's the thing. That's the key part. It was, I think it was a few weeks ago, you had talked about that a man is called to a purpose.
Yes.
And it was his job as a husband to, one, embrace that purpose to the father, because we talked about what we had talked about a while ago, the well with your wife according to knowledge, but we come to the understanding that knowledge is the most high, that purpose that he was put here, and he was to effectively communicate that to his helpmeet so they can have the same vision.
Exactly. It's your job to.
Yeah.
You're to build her. Scripture said Sarah called Abraham Lord, Adonai. Why is that? You think because he just dogged her out, he just ruled and reigned over her, he used her for any purpose? It's the way he treated her and built her. That she felt to submit wholeheartedly with everything in her to the man that she was joined to
that purpose.
We talk about submission. I'm getting off. Let me go back to this. We talk. But I gotta say this. We talk about submission, my brothers. But what are you letting that woman submit to? What are you opening up for her to submit to? Are you feeding her? Are you building her? I was in prayer today, and the scriptures, in most times, just talking to me about how we speak to our women. Because Mashiach said the words that I speak, they are ruach in life. They are ruach in life. Are you speaking ruach in life? Are you building her? Are you putting anything in her? What have you taught her? What have you given her to work with? And sisters, are you the one that's hard-headed, don't want to hear nothing, but yet you still want to be married? And to those that are married, how are you treating your husband? Are you hearing what he's saying, or are you trying to lord over him? Because the Most High is looking. Believe me, he's looking. And he wants a home with the same mind. He's commanding us to have the same mind. If we're talking about marriage, we have to have the same mind, because there's a cause that has to be executed, that has to be performed. Understand that. This is not just to show people we got married and I was married now and I got a ring now, and just to be dressed up to show the world and take pictures and put on Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else. No, this is a cause to show, because we're a city set on a hill that cannot be hid. So he doesn't want your marriage hid, because of what nonsense. He wanted to be the forefront because he wants everybody to see that this is mine. I presented this. I brought this out. This is what I put together. And let no man put asunder. I'm putting this together. I brought two people together with the same mind. So this man with this mind is going to teach her and how to raise her mindset, to raise everything in her and bring out what I placed in her. So we have to understand this. This is not a game. This is not a joke by any means. Because too many people are exchanging women and husband and wives like they exchange drawers.
So to your point, big brother, let me ask you this, because I know, like, we're talking about agreement, and you definitely hit the spiritual perspective as far as faith and goals, and understanding that those have to be aligned. In some areas that definitely marriage is met with challenges. What are your thoughts on, especially from a scriptural background, or even if you just want to offer the commentary on these areas? What about, like, when you talk about dealings with finances and family, and also family that may not exactly have the faith that we have, because we run into that where you got one partner who comes from this background, and they celebrate pagan days and eat pork and shrimp and all this other stuff, but you have this that's coming into the marriage. um what, as far as couples engaging in that, how would you talk about them navigating these areas such as family, finances, and faith?
Family, finances, and faith is huge. That's something that has to be talked about in the beginning. It has to be talked about. And if you got married and didn't, it still needs to be talked about. It has to be talked about, because finances is what takes care of the home.
Yes,
Sit
sir.
down and discuss with the woman that you're going to marry, and you guys are betrothed to each other. You guys are going to courting. Listen, baby, this is what I make. This is what I bring. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm trying to do. I have X amount of Z saved. And be honest, if I don't have anything saved, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Some people are doing that, but that's why. So nowadays it takes two incomes.
We come in acting like we Big Willie.
Yeah, come on, you ain't got to do that. Like, listen, if
Ain't
you
got-
listen to woman, come on. And
Yeah.
then we have to get us stop being scared to talk for money.
Mhm.
A lot of us are scared to talk money with each other. How's your credit, man? Well, let's start working on that now. Let's start building on that now. And when we talk about faith, I don't say go grab somebody that don't believe. That's just not what our scripture says. But Paul talks about it differently. But I say, this is what I tell my daughters. I told them, I said, listen, of course you always have one. I said, listen, I prefer you have a man that loves the Most High. I prefer you have one that's an Israelite that knows who he is and knows who he has to serve. Nobody has to do. That's my preference for you. I can't make you go do them, but I pray that what I put in you will help you guys be ready for the right man, not accept the wrong man. I'm big on that. That's just me. That's just me talking. How I deal with my household and what I tell my daughters. But when it talk about faith, finance, and what was the other one?
Faith, finances. Faith, finances, and shoot, what was I can't remember the question. Family, like dealing with family, like they come from a background that's different than yours, because what you're talking about as far as agreement and oneness, especially spiritually, those are powerful. And we understand that the enemy is just not going to let us march into this from a marital standpoint, which is a godly thing, with no resistance. And we tend to get resistance in those three areas.
God. Now I say this, when it comes to family, let's say you're married and you already got kids, she already got kids. You have to talk about that. You have to talk about how we're going to organize the house. We got to bring it together, talk about how we're going to organize it, what we're going to do. Because you got kids that are resistant, that are loyal to their father, and kids that are loyal to you. So but how do we make this work? How do we come together? This is something we need to start praying. And if we're going to do this, sit the kids down and bring them together and start talking about it. Start talking about it. Or if you just getting married, or you want to be married and you have kids, how are you going to raise your kids? How are we going to do this? Knowing who we are, we can't take shortcuts. We have to bring our kids up in the fear and admonition of the Most High, because that's why He's bringing us together. When we talk about these other things, it's because we took anything, or we just took someone because, oh, I love them, I like them, but listen, it's much more than it's much more. That's why He said, how can two walk together except they be agreed? We got to come together on the finances. We have to get an understanding. You know what I'm saying, baby? What you make, I make. Let's put together. If we're going to build, let's build from here on what we're going to do, naturally speaking, what we can afford, what we can go out and get. Let's don't bite off more than we can chew. Let's build right here, because the finances, you know what I'm saying, we got to be prepared. Let's get life insurance. Let's do these things. Let's have this type of insurance. Let's make sure everything fits. Let's get a budget. How are we going to present? These are things that need to be talked about, because a lot of us don't know how to deal with finances.
Yes, sir.
And if you got a good woman that knows how to budget, sir, put it in her hand. If she knows how to budget, put it in her hand.
And you know what?
Go ahead,
Salakia, my fault. Is what you're talking about is good. It's so key, you know, because a lot of times we look at the emotional aspect of the marriage, but now you're talking about very real practical things. The financial part, I can see that's negotiable. You know, how we handle, how we work that. But now when you get to the aspects of marriage where you talk about faith and family, where she has a background, you have a background when it comes to faith and family, is there a point in time where before you get into the marital covenant where there may be a cutoff because there may not be fully in agreement? Or do you compromise in some areas because you feel like, you know, we have a good relationship here, we have a good connection here? Do you know what I'm getting at, brother?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at.
Go ahead. I'm just kind of curious because there might be people who are stuck in those decisions where they have a feeling for this person, they spent time with this person, but yet there's still some areas in the family and faith aspect that we're still lacking in.
I hear what you're saying. I believe everybody doesn't come fully prepared. There are things that's going to have to be built together. I really believe that. You know, you're going to have to come in. Some things going to have to be worked out. But to me, faith is not one of them. This is me speaking.
Yes, sir.
Because remember, we're talking about having the same mind. And the word supersedes my feelings and emotions.
Uh-oh.
Let me say it again. The word supersedes my feelings and emotions. We have to understand that, because many people don't know the difference. They don't know the difference. We equate what we feel, and the Most High deals with us by His Ruach.
Right.
So some of us are going in blind because this is what we feel. Our feelings and emotions are speaking louder than the word. They're speaking so much louder than the word. And then when we look at that situation like that, we're going with an expectation on emotions. So the emotions start to set the expectations. Your emotions can sell you pipe dreams. Your emotions can sell you false hopes. Instead of what the word says, and I'm looking at it according to what the word says, a lot of things wouldn't go if we do what the word says. A lot of things wouldn't be if we just do what the word said. Like my brothers always say, both my brothers, there's no gray area.
Not
Then Yah says that constantly. There's no gray
charcoal
area.
gray, no light gray, no gray.
No gray. There's no gray. My brother says that quite often. There's no gray area. I'm not willing to compromise my faith for just a little pleasure.
It's something that you say that because, you know, as you know, I've been married to your dear sister forever.
Yes, sir. My sis.
Yeah. And the crazy thing was the first night that we had a serious conversation, not me trying to get with her and she was shooting me down, but when I approached her on a serious manner, there was one key thing that she said to me that if she would have said the wrong thing, I still would have maybe pursued her in other areas, but I would
God.
not have pursued her to be my wife. And that was when I asked her, because I said there's a call of God on my life. And at the time I didn't understand it. But I said to her, there's a call of God on my life. And I said, I would need somebody to be on that call or that journey with me. What do you believe about Christ? What do you believe about Jesus? And she didn't grow up in the church per se like I did,
Yes, sir.
but she at least had a mind to be willing to grow and learn with me.
God.
She said she believed in Jesus, but she didn't grow up like that. But she had a mind that to be willing to learn and grow with me. And of course, like since the rest is history, we haven't been perfect, but
Yeah.
she believes in the same God that I believe in. And you know how it is. Like you grew up on the West Coast, I grew up on the East, and you got the gods of the earth, the Kemet's, the 5%ers. I mean, this is where she grew up at. I mean, there was every time I went to her neighborhood, there was a Muslim selling bean pies literally on the block to enter. Like literally, he's literally right there. He might be there now, but that's where we grew up at, where the Islamic influence. Her brother was a Muslim, etc. That was real heavy in the area, and so I didn't want the confusion in the home if we're going to build something.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Yeah.
I definitely, and that was great because you didn't hit her with it later.
No. I understood. I mean, I didn't understand the depths of the call. I had no clue. I had no clue. I just
Yes,
knew some dude that laid hands on me, prophesied to me at 16, said that the call of God is real strong in my life. And I'm like, oh, goody. It's
Facts.
nothing you wanted. but at the same time, it was told to me. So I lived with that understanding from the time I was 16 up until the time I met her, that this is on my life. And I didn't want to meet somebody that didn't serve the same God that I serve. That was important to me. It was non-negotiable.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I need you to be on the same page with me.
Yeah.
I need you to be on this. I need you to have that same mind. I need you because you know what's crazy? Man, this is a beautiful because marriage is a beautiful thing. Don't get it wrong.
Yes, sir.
We're not trying to make it seem like a burden. It's a beautiful thing when two come together. Man,
Mm-hmm.
let me grab that scripture. I want to read something to y'all so you understand what we talk about when we talk about agreement
Mm-hmm.
and how the Most High look at agreement. It's just in the book of Sirach, the 25th chapter. I want to read this.
There you go. Starting trouble.
I got to get to the word, man. The word is, and the thing about it, if we listen, he said, acknowledge him in all thy ways and he shall direct our path.
Con.
Proverbs 3 and 5. Well-known scripture some people have taken for cliche.
Man.
We say things like that, but we don't really understand the what we're asking. Huh?
No, we don't.
We don't.
You're so right.
What he's saying, acknowledge him. His word. His word.
In all
his
thy
word.
ways. In all our ways. He said, in all our ways.
Acknowledge him.
Acknowledge him. Am I supposed to be acting like this, moving like this, thinking like this?
Come on, man. Hey, let me read this for you. This is Sirach 25:1. He said, in three things I was beautified. This is the writer. In three things I was beautified, that stood up beautiful before the Most High in men. The unity of the brethren, the love of neighbors. Scripture say, love your neighbor as yourself.
We was just talking about that with Sarah and them. Yeah.
Come on, exactly.
Yeah.
And here's the kicker. A man and a wife that agree together. Exactly, Sister Tasha. This is what Sirach is saying as well.
Mm-hmm.
A man and a
Mm-hmm.
wife that agree together.
Yes, sir.
She put the name as 3 and 3. Can
Yep.
two walk together except they be agreed? No, they can't.
Except they be
It be.
agreed.
That's an agreement. That's a covenant. That's saying we're bound together because we agree we're going to move. We're going to go this way.
That's talking about your actions.
See, when you have that word as your mindset, you start to move different.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife will catch on to certain things because you're teaching these things. Brothers, let me help y'all real quick. When you studying this word, the Most High is dealing with you, giving you things. Don't forget your wife. Don't forget your wife. Set a plate for it, baby. Check this out.
Come on, son.
Yes, sir. Like Moray said, the sound effects.
Because we do. We get so deep with the brethren.
Like, yeah, we forget the one.
Like you don't hear nothing about Moses' wife. Even Moses is getting like this dude was meeting with God, literally.
God. Like, and so was Abraham.
Man, but at least Sarah knew.
Sarah knew
to the point Sarah giggled.
Yeah.
And she was busted. Like, what's so funny?
Come on. She heard the plan.
She heard it.
So feed your wife. If you're courting someone, feed them. This is how you're going to build. This is what you build on. You build together on this word. If you're in a courtship, build on this word. Talk about the things you need to talk about. Like my elder said, faith, finance, and family. Talk about those things.
Gotta be talked about.
Set the table now. Don't set it after you say I do. Set the spread now and say, let's sup on, let's eat this. You know what I'm saying? Let's put this together now. So when we get there and we make this covenant, we'll be agreed already.
Yes, sir.
And we'll know what we got to go do. Now it's time to go after the cause. Sort through the foolishness now and come to an agreement now before you say I do. But build her by all means with this word. I love how when Moray talks, she'll be like, I already know. I get so tickled by that. We sure be like, yeah, I already does. We be like, oh, bro, you can't share. Oh, I was just talking to the wife.
Yeah, she be having the pillow talk information.
Yeah, come on, man.
This pillow talk ain't like everybody else's pillow talk. Girl, let me tell you about Nehemiah. Let me tell you what Nehemiah was talking about, baby.
Yeah. Let me spread this out, please. And that's building her emunah.
Right. Yeah.
Now you look at Cheryl. Cheryl is a powerful woman.
Yeah.
Powerful woman. I love the way my brother built her through this word. That's an example. And that's a beautiful example. And you can have the same thing. Let the Most High build you, my brothers. Let him build you so you'll be able to build your woman. You'll be able to put things together with her. You'll be able to speak into her. Because remember, our king said, I only say what I heard my father say. Yes, sis, that's correct. Tasha, that's so correct. The word is contagious. It gets in you. It touches everything.
Everything. You got to say like they said in the South. Everything. Did we lose you, Soup? And he just went 7. Or did I? Am I out of there? Can I be heard? Chat, can I be heard? Okay, I'm seeing the 1. Then this on Soup and maybe he'll come back in. Oh, golly. And my brother was cooking a little bit. Okay, so this Soup. Dang, he was cooking a little bit. Man. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. So yeah, I guess I don't know if you muted, big brother. You might have to go back out and come back in. I don't even know if he can hear me. I see him trying. You might have to go back out, Soup. Yes, in the meanwhile, yeah, to Sister Tasha's point, the word is contagious, and that's something that when we talk about building the foundation of our relationship, our marriage, it has to be based on the connection with the Father, based on what He called us to do. Let's see if this is Big Brother able to come back in. Is that you, Big Brother? Do we got it? Mm, 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 mm. I did have a couple more questions I did want to ask him. Mm. Well, we're having a little technical difficulty. For those that can hear me, if there are any questions or anything that you want to add to, let me see if I can put the link in the chat. Let me put the link in the chat. Yeah, we can't hear our big brother. And he was in the zone a little bit too, and that's unfortunate. See if I put the link in the chat. No, that's definitely not it. Houston, Texas is not the link. Copy. Let's see. Here's the link in the chat. If anybody want to come up, anybody want to add to any questions, I don't want to continue without my big brother on this. I do have thoughts, but I like the way that he was flowing with it. I had a couple more questions with him, but the link is actually in the chat. If you guys want to come up, if you guys have any questions on, we were talking about agreement and what agreement looks like, and the fact that the agreement has to start with the Most High. And it's something that needs to, I think Sister Tasha had brought it out even in the chat herself. The bottom line is this is something that needs to be spoken of and talked about in the beginning. We talk about issues of finances. We talk about issues of family, dealing with family members who may not believe what you believe. I know all of us have it on both sides. I think the Bible talks about how he says that he will pick one from a family, two from a city, or something to that effect. I hope I'm not totally butchering or jacking up that verse, that scripture, but it talks about that. And so when you talk about being around family, what is permitted as we grow in our marriage, we have kids, we have our own kids. And so understanding that when we have kids, what are we permitting or allowing? Mom, dad, I would love my kids to come to your house, but at the same time, y'all don't do certain things. Y'all do certain things that we don't permit. This is what we practice dietarily. This is what we practice ceremonially. These are things that we engage in. And so this is how my children are raised. And if that's not something that you necessarily agree with, then we can bring them over for you to spend time with them. But as it pertains to certain times of the year, certain holidays, or some things that you keep and that you celebrate that we don't, the bottom line is we may not be able to do that. And that's a tough one, because I know for myself personally, it may be easier for me to look at my family and say, Mom, Dad, you know where I stand, and that's the bottom line. But for my wife, it may be a little bit more challenging because I realize the connection that she has with the mother. And so that's something that we need to be sensitive about, even as husbands. Like, I can't be so staunch and so static with the fact, especially in my case, where my mother-in-law, she's a little older, she's by herself, and so far be it from me to begrudge my wife contact with my mother-in-law. Especially my mother-in-law is just a great mother-in-law, but there may be some things from a dietary and from a spiritual standpoint that no matter what I teach, no matter what I say, she just does not agree with. And so those are conversations, especially when you talk about coming into the faith, coming into the truth that need to be had. Um, I know some of the challenges that we faced initially, especially when we told people we don't eat pork and don't celebrate certain days, pagan days. People thought we were Muslim, and then people thought that we were, part of a cult. Going out believing this and believing that, and so not being, being able to face the tough conversations, being able to face the criticisms together. How do we handle that? How do we deal with the conversations? Who's going to handle who? Do I talk to your family about what it is that um we believe, or are you willing to have that tough conversation with your family as it pertains to your spouse? Like for me personally, it's easy for me to tell my wife, not my wife's, but my family, my dad and then my mom and them, what I believe, and then if they come aboard, great, which they, my parents have. But if they didn't, I still would stand on what I stand on. But am I to go to my wife's side of the family and have that conversation? Do I have the understanding with my wife where I go to her mother, I go to her father, and I say, this is what we believe, and da 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 da? Or does my wife have that conversation? And so coming into the marriage, especially from a Hebraic standpoint, those need to be conversations that need to be had. What does it look like when you talk about faith and finances and family and stuff like that? So I hope that something was said to edify you all. Does not look like the host is coming back. I kind of wish we could have finished this out together. I had a couple more questions for him. What we'll do is we'll pick up on this, but I want to thank you all. I see nobody has clicked the link. I want to thank you all for your participation, your feedback. See, we got a message from Sister Tasha saying, I think she health concerns. Oh, psychological history is something that should be discussed before the marriage. You are so correct. You are so correct. I will say, I know that mental health runs on my side of the family, especially. And so my wife would probably tell you I got issues herself. Now, when you talk about the mental health aspect, so that's funny. And it's interesting that you bring that aspect up where we talk about, like, even on her side where sickle cell runs. And so I know on my side it doesn't run, but on her side it did run. And so the fact that the trait can be passed down and connect and stuff like that, those things are important. So that way, at least we'll come in making fully informed decisions as far as the spouse. So when you talk about health concerns, whether they be mental or physical, those are great conversations that need to be had coming into the marriage, because you have to deal with those possibilities. You have to deal with those possibilities. Some things skip a generation, where bipolar may have skipped me, borderline personality may have skipped me, but then at the same time, it may be an issue that tries to land on my children, the children that we have. How do we handle it from a medical standpoint? Praying. What do we believe? Do we believe that, these things are mental, just mental, or do we believe that these things are spiritually influenced, etc.? And so those conversations definitely are conversations that need to be had. That's a great point, Sister Tasha. But like I said, with that being said, man, I wish we could have definitely had this dialogue with my big brother on. Would definitely love his insight and feedback on that. But maybe we'll revisit this Genesis 24 with Rebecca, because I believe there's plenty of meat on that bone concerning the story and concerning who Rebecca was to our forefather Isaac. And definitely want to encourage you all that we continue to work towards being one flesh. If anything, I want to encourage you, daughters of Zion, is as you are seeking and serving the Most High, be content with seeking and serving Him, and the Most High will prepare the man to find you, because you are to come into a prepared place, not a place where He's getting ready, but He should be ready. He should be prepared for you to help benefit the maximum because you are already in the place that you need to be. The women were created in the spirit, whereas the man was formed and then placed in the spirit. And I believe that there's something to that. And so, with that being said, we love you all. We love you all. Yes, Sister Miriam, it's spiritual. It's spiritual, and I believe I got for spiritual warfare a break generational bloodline and break generational bloodline curses. That's something that we definitely need to talk about. And I'm gonna bring that up to Suk when we talk about that probably sometime tonight and see what's going on with him. But that is a conversation that we need to be having concerning our viewpoint on medical intervention and some wisdom and some counsel as far as how we deal with such matters. So that's great insight. Thank you, ladies, for bringing that up. One thing I want to encourage the men that may come across this is know the vision that the Father has given you. Because if you know the vision that the Father has given you, then you can impart something to your wife other than physical seed. You can impart something to your wife that you all can be in agreement upon. You have a foundation, a true and genuine foundation for your marriage, and she can dig deeper and help protect and build that vision. So, with that being said, thank you all for joining us tonight. Remember, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, this is the One Flesh podcast with the big homie G. Suka Ben Maccabees, the man with the golden pipes. I'm sorry he is not here to see you all off tonight, but thank you all for joining us. That being said, we love you all. Shalom, shalom, shalom.